we have Kenny Zhang. Kenny leads ecosystem growth at LayerZero, where he's responsible for driving go-to-market campaigns and coordinated initiatives across projects and partner networks. Kenny's been working full-time in Web3 for 4 years, 3 of which have been spent building in the interoperability space.
Thanks so much for having me on today. I'm Kenny. I lead ecosystem growth and go-to-market at LayerZero. Simply put, LayerZero is a way for any blockchain to communicate with any other blockchain. It can be thought of simply as like the TCP/IP of the internet, where previously these blockchains that were siloed or isolated can now interact with each other. And so just to give a high-level view of like how this works on the back end, right? We have in every cross-chain transfer, there's a source blockchain and a destination blockchain. How LayerZero facilitates communication between these two blockchains is through the use of what we like to call LayerZero endpoints, which are a set of immutable smart contracts that allow for communication between any other chain that has an endpoint deployed on it. And then kind of in the middle of these messages, in the middle of like a message being sent from source to destination, we have our modular security stack, which sits in the middle. This is where we've onboarded parties like Google Cloud, Nethermind, and Polyhedra to verify cross-chain messages sent from one blockchain to another. And so that's like a core principle of LayerZero, both permissionless deployments and permissionless verification. So just as anyone can deploy any asset that they want on LayerZero, any party can also permissionlessly verify messages sent on LayerZero. And so today, as a demo, I'll be giving a presentation on how you can send cross-chain token transfers via what we like to call the Omnichain Fungible Token, or OFT standard, which is a way that lets any asset issuer deploy their asset on multiple blockchains and then facilitates a one-to-one burn and mint transfer to any other blockchain that they've chosen to deploy on. So here we have Stargate Finance. We have an API that kind of lists out all the tokens that have onboarded onto the OFT standard. This year in particular, we've noticed a lot of adoption amongst like stablecoin issuers. And that's simply because like if you are transferring like a stable unit of value across blockchains, you don't really need to account for things like price discrepancies or latency across chain. You know that what you're getting is still going to be pegged to the dollar at the end of the day. So I can go here, I can see base, I'll grab this contract address for SBC. And then in my wallet that I've loaded up, I have about, $11. Let's go ahead and swap half of that for SBC. So I'll go ahead and review the transaction and swap on base. And it looks like the transaction went through. So now I should have the SBC in my wallets. I can go to Stargate Finance, which is our front end for anything cross-chain value transfer, right? So here we have pools of, native USDC, native USDT, and WETH that users can transfer cross-chain, but it also acts as a front end for all OFT transfers, right? So here I can connect my wallets. And let's try a transfer to Solana, right? So here I have this, and then let's connect my Phantom wallet. Okay, that's fine. We'll just give it a custom address for now. Let's see. And the issue here is that I don't have anything in this wallet, right? I don't have a gas token balance. So unless I get some SOL, I'm not able to do anything once I actually receive the funds on destination chain. We've built a simple solution around that actually like drops the user some destination gas so they can do basic things like swap to another asset, bridge back, things like that. So let's say that I want to receive $1 of Solana once I finish the asset transfer. So I'll go ahead and transfer here. And there we go. And we know that like bridging is a very intimidating experience for a lot of users. Like once you kind of click that button, you don't really know where your funds are. So we've built a very simple product that allows users to track the entire flow of their cross-chain transactions. So here I'll just go ahead and I'll grab my EVM address where I initiated the transaction. And here I'm on LayerZero scan, which essentially aggregates, a bunch of data that we have from our protocol, as well as like block explorers of both the source and destination chain. Let's see. Let's try that again. We'll give it a minute to kind of spin up, but here I can see that the Solana has arrived. So the dollar that I specified. And then if I want to go ahead and add tokens, or if I want to just go ahead and check on SolScan, I can see here that in this latest transaction, I've received a native drop, and it looks like the OFT transfer is still going through. So we'll probably go ahead and give that another few seconds. And there we go. So I can see that the transfer is completed, and I can view this on the Block Explorer. So here it gives me a link out to exactly what I was referencing earlier. Let's see if it actually loads this time. Okay, we'll go ahead and skip that part of the demo, but you can see here that in my SolScan that like the SBC has arrived on Solana as well. And if this were to load, it would give you like a very good comprehensive overview of, link outs to both the transaction on Base as well as on Solana. And then over here where I mentioned the different modular security stack that the application issuer or the developer can kind of select to verify messages being sent by their application, you could see, whatever the specification that Brale set for SBC, whether that's like Google Cloud or Polyhedra or any other network, kind of verifying that message, as well as like the payload data, right? So, ideally that would have worked, but for now, we'll just kind of, we'll give the demonstration just using like the source and destination chain Block Explorer. So here I can see the transaction on Solana, and I can see that like using the LayerZero executor, I've received, this 5.7 SBC from the Base network. And that is it. So we've been able to onboard a bunch of asset issuers this year across like stablecoins, different versions of Bitcoin and ETH, and looking forward to onboarding more in the next year as well.